Fantastic views overlooking there, the Thames Valley. I'm out with Hedley here, and this is the Ridgeway. We're going to explore a small section of the Ridgeway around the Uffington area. I've just met up with him. It's a day walk. We started early and we'll continue through pretty well to sunset. Hi, I'm Warren Brand and welcome to another Linleys video. Wow, so we've come along. Hedley's just been explaining to me about the some of the history behind the Ridgeway. We've come along what is a kind of a straight section here, and the land naturally sort of breaks away, dips down slightly to the left, and then we'll continue to the high ground beyond. And on the right is indeed the open expanse of the Thames Valley. Hedley was explaining to me that the Thames Valley would, back 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 years ago, been completely forested, and the use of the Ridgeway back in those days was sort of developed to enable the farmers to shift their livestock off to market, etc., in a safe location along a relatively dry bank for miles and miles as a main commuting route, hence the establishment really of the Ridgeway.
The Ridgeway is not the main focus of our trek out today, but it's the route that we'll be following to find the Offington Castle and Wayland Smithy. This route has been in use for at least 5,000 years, and maybe even longer, back into prehistory times.
Beautiful landscape, great views, wintry, and little patches of snow and frost. We're just climbing now up this side. We dip down a little bit there to sort of a transfer point, and then we've got this slight rise climb back up. This is the rise now up to what is known as Blowing Stone Hill, and there's a stone which, yes, you can blow through. There's our stories dating back to
King Alfred.
King Alfred
Mustering his troops for the Battle of Ashdown.
Troops mustering, trumpet blowing stone, baby wipes, if
Baby
you
wipes needed, yeah.
and hand gel if you're going to give it a blow.
Yeah.
But we're not going to see the stone because that's down slightly further down to the side. But this is the location where the blowing stone is, an old Sarsen stone.
Yeah.
So it's been around a long time. Mythical stories. I wonder if they're true, some of these stories. Oh, some of them will be true. Blowing stone. Big wide view. You can see part of the Ridgeway that we've just come down and along to get to here. Didcot is over there. Can't see the power station, but we can see the cooling water, steam rising up from it. Can't see the blowing stone, too far away. Beautiful views. This is not one of my usual outward treks, is it? A day walk, but fantastic opportunity to meet up with Hedley again for a guided tour along this trackway, grasp some of the history, stories along the route, and also I'm led to believe that meet up with another YouTuber, Paul Whitewick, a name you may well know. So hopefully meet up with him 20 minutes, half an hour. He's doing some filming work for one of his videos yonder a little bit further. This is an amazing location, it just is.
Yeah, so Ram's Hill.
Ram's Hill.
This next bit up here, and there used to be a Hillfort in that field.
Oh, okay.
On that grassy summit. Probably,
I see the grassy summit, but
But you think the Ridgeway would have been
Anything
here?
left of the Hillfort now?
No, it's all ploughed in. You can see it from the air though.
Okay.
Just about. Somehow that relates to the Ridgeway.
Right
So
here.
the Ridgeway obviously was here first.
Yeah, okay.
And then the Hillforts were built along the Ridgeway.
Sure.
But down to the right, you've got Rams Hill Combe, which is a dry valley.
Coombe, Dry
yeah.
Valley, yeah. Okay.
To a point, because when you get right to the bottom, there is a spring. So it could
okay.
be that people were going up and down this hill to
Yeah.
supply the Hillfort there, and maybe Uffington as well, with
From
water
the spring.
from the spring.
Yeah.
It's a heck of a climb though.
Yeah.
Which has Rams Hill Combe in it.
Aye.
The old Hillfort's here. Uffington Hillfort is just
Okay.
here. So we're walking up to Uffington to the trig point, and then we'll head off that way to Wayland Smithy.
What a lovely tree kind of enclave just off the Ridgeway line there. Beautiful. Nice. Beech trees. Are they beech trees?
Yeah.
I think they'd be, yeah. Most of the leaves are off now, but still the golden colour is there. Persistent place.
Yep.
In a land area. It's kind of a place in time that has had some sort of human engagement over absolutely millennium. So there are places, quite obviously, that have had a sequence of occupation or land use that have changed over time. But over time, people have come back and come back and come back. We are just 2024, coming 2025, we are just a dot of time, aren't we really? Along a very long timeline. What we see as ancient, well, we see everything in the past as ancient, I guess. In the future, what will the future generations see of this lifetime? What will they see of us as ancient when they're in the future? Don't know. What are we leaving behind? Don't know. The M4.
The M4.
The
Traffic
M4.
jams.
Traffic jams. Yeah.
Bags.
Don't know. M4. All the motorways, railways.
Yeah.
HS2. Well, I don't know. We're doing another little kind of rise, a little rise.
Little rise.
It's comparatively easy. Hedley's bigging up. Absolutely egging up the story about what the view's going to look like just over the rise here. It had better be good because the anticipation is mounting.
Yeah, a little bit further, but over the ride. Yeah, you'll like it.
Cracking views. That's south, isn't it?
That's south,
That's
yeah,
south.
yeah.
So, what are the line of the hills there?
So that's in the distance there, that's the Hampshire Downs. So you've got Walbury Hill, which is the highest point in southeast England, which is the white one. Coombe Gibbet to the right of it.
Yep.
Then going further left, the last white one is Pilot Hill, that's the highest point in Hampshire. And then further to the left, the little bobbly one on the end,
Yep.
that's Beacon Hill, just to the south
Oh,
of
that's
Kingsbury.
Beacon Hill.
Yeah, Berkeley.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, and then we've walked from that
Yeah,
aerial.
so
That's
the
far
aerial
from
there.
Yeah.
We come around
Yeah,
and then Didcot,
yeah.
Thames Valley. Just approaching the top of Whitehorse Hill. And the trig is just in the field there.
Yeah, just over there.
Okay. And Paul on the summit too. There we go. Whoa. Good recovery.
This amazing Iron Age earthwork is Offington Castle, although, as you can see, it's not actually, nor has it ever been, a castle as we would think of one these days. Whatever it's called, this one is very impressive and covers an area of about 8 acres. The site sits right alongside the ancient Ridgeway track. In terms of phases of history, when the earthworks were first dug around the 8th or 7th century BC, the Ridgeway was already 2,000 years old. And what we see now is just the main outline of what was once there. And when it was in use as a camp or fortified location, the ditch line was deeper, the embankment taller, and there were timber posts forming an inner rampart, although there's very little evidence of any permanent buildings being used there.
We've done a kind of a quick loop around the top of the Hillfort there. Just a quick kind of orientation loop. The three of us are going to head down to where are we going next, Ted?
Wayland Smithy.
Wayland Smithy, there we are. I'll get these words right in due course. Wayland Smithy, we're going to stop there, but we will be coming back this way. Right now there.
So, as I've previously said, Paul is one of my partners in crime. We have our Wessex Ways podcast. So, Paul,
it's great to meet up with Paul Whitewick, such a well-known YouTuber, and I'm sorry that I didn't talk with Paul on camera myself. Paul is out today filming for one of his own videos, and we've the chance to join him for an hour or so on location here. Wayland Smithy is an early Neolithic long barrow, dating back to at least 3,000 years BC and possibly as old as the Ridgeway. It was used as a very special burial chamber. The trees around the landscape have changed many times, while the sun and moon have cycled the sky over those thousands of years. It's likely, though, that the area was originally kept clear of trees, so the mound was prominent from the valley below. But perhaps there have been more than 10 full cycles of tree changes around the area. And what's the chances of these trees, which must be about 150 years old themselves, being direct descendants of trees from nearby areas when the long barrow was first constructed? I find it really hard to grasp the real timescales of life and uses of this land, such as for the Ridgeway and this long barrow and the Hillfort.
yes. It's not a trig point, it's one of these lookout points with the directions and distances. What a beautiful view. The sun's shining. It's a frosty kind of day, but really crisp and clear. It's a nice day out. We're heading back to the Hillfort summit there. Said goodbye to Paul a few minutes ago. He's got some more filming to do for his next video. We're going to wander back up to the Hillfort here. So the Uffington White Horse, it's completely out of view now. It's just on the sort of crest there. It's very difficult to see from below. We're just going to, what's the...
So this is Dragon Hill.
Dragon Hill.
And this here to the left.
This is a lovely bowl, isn't it? Amazing.
Yeah.
And we're just right at the top end of this.
Yeah, so we're about halfway up the actual hill, but we're at the top end of the manger itself, which is a dry valley.
Right, a little bit.
Don't look around you.
Oh no.
It's a special view. View back to the hill and down. Okay. There you go.
Can I look yet?
Have a look at this.
Oh yes, that is special. Wow. This is not quite flat, but it's a lovely manicured top surface. And this is where, so the story goes, that the dragon's blood was spilt and nothing grows. Well, there we are. That's the story. Well, there we are. That was Dragon Hill. Very special outlook location. It's got a flat top. Would have had a roundy top back in ancient times, but probably flattened off by sort of human intervention. Back off Dragon Hill, we're cutting across the roadway and then through and regaining the height on top of the Hillfort. But we're going to cut through across the road here, I think. Is that right, Hedley?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's hard with just the kind of inexperienced eye to know what was original landform and what's been sort of manicured by human intervention. There's that sort of joining uppy bit with Dragon's Hill, but the two dry valleys, they were cut out by ice in the last ice age, I think. The White Horse, the Uffington White Horse. Oh, and that's Uffington village actually. Just over there, you see the church, and that lovely village area there. There's some windmills, that spoils the view slightly. And the Thames, sort of wide Thames Valley, the upper Thames Valley here. So yes, that's Uffington, and hence the name for Uffington Horse. And Uffington Horse is literally just sort of on the crest on the other side of this hill here, but it's all cordoned off, and you can't see much anyway, really. It apparently, and I don't get this, it was designed those thousands of years ago, clearly before the A380 monsters fill the skies. To be seen from the sky. So how they worked that out, I don't know. But the Uffington White Horse is just over there. Fantastic views over the valley there. Dragon Hill. dry valleys. Lovely in the sunshine. Soak it up, absorb, enjoy. Well, this is the Uffington White Horse, if it is a horse, that's what it's called, overlooking the lovely town of Uffington. It's an odd shape, it's very skinny, and there's a more relief in the ground than I was remembering. But there it is, there's its eye, and other features, can't see all of it. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye. We've got a bit of a traipse back to join the Ridgeway and back towards the car, probably a good hour and a half's walk. Hedley Thorne, do follow and subscribe with him if you haven't done so already. Nice to meet up with Paul Whitewick. You may well know him, but if not, check out some of his videos again of this area and lots of topics. There's Hills and Hillforts topic, yes. Another channel by Hedley, and he manages excellent topical stuff about this Hillfort, the White Horse, and others in the local area, including the Ridgeway. So from here, Uffington White Horse in the glorious winter sunshine. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.